Got a message in my PM box and kind of sparked a little video idea. Probably something I did a million times. You know, sometimes when I'm done a video, I say to myself, didn't you fucking do that before? That's pretty stupid. But, like I said, this is not a professional TV network. This is some dork in his house. Very amateur filming here. So if I do the same video over again, it's an accident. But every video is still different. Because it's just, there's always something new that you'll hear different. That'll make it completely, am I going to say the word different again? Yeah, different. So, what am I doing? Back the frig up, dude. Alright. Primary firearms. Well, someone left me a PM and told me, asked what I use for a primary carry. That's hard to say because I have, you know, I'm a collector, so I got a few different guns. But it made me think of a video. I said, hey, I'll do a video about primary firearms. And right now, these three here, lately, I've been using, of course, for home defense, the legendary Glock 21. Can't go wrong with that. With the TLR1 light, which is one of the best gun lights. You know, you can use it on a pistol, shotgun, AR. You can put this on anything. But it fits on the Glock 21, as you can see, very handsomely. Fits it very nice. Sometimes I shoot with it on it at the range. A lot, not a lot, because the flash, the fire to flash, depending on the ammunition you're using. If you're using real hot ammo and it has a flash, it will screw up the top of this light here. Best thing to do is put some electrical tape around it if you don't want to mess it up. But it's for an emergency. Okay, this is for if something goes bang in the night and you're disoriented, and I got my night sights on there, which is going to tell me which way the gun's sitting on the end table. It'll tell me what direction it's in. This way I'll know how to grab it in the dark. That's one thing night sights are good for, that they're probably not meant for, but it's just something I like them for. And then I got my light. It's on the gun. It's better to have it set up like this than to have another light. It's just, now you got both your hands tied up with a flashlight and a gun. This is the way to go. They're very expensive, but you got to put the money out, because if you put a piece of shit light on there, it might not work, or if you drop it, it might break, or the recoil might break the light. So go with something like this. I mean, this is an older model. They got all kinds of fancy schmancy lights now, but this one does me just fine. Ain't nothing wrong with that. I don't need 600 friggin' lumens. This is enough. This little light lights up my backyard, so that's bright enough. 45 ACP to me is the ultimate round. Why? It's not. It doesn't have. It has recoil, but it doesn't have a crazy recoil. It's very controllable. That's what I find. Doesn't bother my arthritis either when I shoot. Just a different kind of recoil. Great stopping power. The round's been around for over 100 years. It's not something, if you had to go to court because you had to defend yourself, that some liberal or anti-gun person might say, oh my God, did you see the kind of ammunition he used? Oh wait, let me talk like that. Oh my God, did you see how big the bullets he used? It's a giant bullet. You know what I mean? Total wrong terminology and everything. I don't think the 45 ACP is a overdone, overkill use of ammunition. It's a good ammunition. I love the Glock 21 because a lot of problem with the 45 ACP is a lot of guns don't hold a lot of ammunition, but the 21 does hold 13 plus 1. So you got 14 rounds of 45 ACP. In the free state of Pennsylvania, you can have 50 rounds of 45 ACP if you want. Because remember, the guy kicking in your door, he probably follows the law, and he only has 7 rounds in his gun. You gotta be kidding me, man. You see how crazy people are? I'm talking about the people that are too safe. They're crazier than the crazy people. Me having a magazine with an extensive amount of rounds in it is no threat to society, because I'm a responsible gun owner, and the only reason why I have guns is, one, family, to protect your family, because the police ain't going to get there in time. Sometimes they do. That's really rare. But when seconds count, they're minutes away. That's the ultimate phrase, and that means a lot. So that's what, 911 ain't going to cut it, but it does help. It's nice to know they're on their way while you're trying to protect yourself. Hopefully you won't have to use your gun. So you do both things. You call 911, you get your firearm, and you get prepared. And hopefully things work out and you will not have to use this. Another reason why I have this is because I enjoy firearms. I admire them on how precise and perfect they can shoot, and just the overall look. Just like a guy that has a car that goes 170 miles an hour, well, now he wants a car that goes 220. Does he need it? No. Knowing it's there, he likes it, and just the whole look and the whole feel of the situation he enjoys. It's the same thing with the gun hobby. Some people look at guns as killers and stuff like that. I look at it as a guardian. A Bible in one hand, a pistol in the other. This is a guardian for my family. This is not a bad thing. This stops bad people from hurting good people. That's what this is for. You look at it that way. Okay? Don't stop watching the friggin' media. It's funny because anytime something bad happens, they call a good guy with a gun. You have to. That's the only thing that can stop a bad guy with a gun. So, I'm not want to go on the soapbox about politics of guns, but I don't say it too often, so I had to mention it. And plus, I suck at it. Got the Packmeyer glove on there. Nice. Some of these Packmeyer gloves, though, depending on which section of the rubber you're getting, they're kind of like slippery because the oil's in it. But this one is nice and dry and tacky. It's how I want it, because I ain't going to carry. This is a nightstand gun. I want to be able to grab it, and I'm going to be sweating and nervous, and I don't want the gun to slip out of my hand, and it really helps like that. The glove is my favorite because it doesn't make the grip too big, because they poke the holes out for the grips. I don't like the hose. They make it too fat. Plus the traction on them suck. Yeah, so this is primary gun, primary self-defense pistol. Right here is my Glock 21. This is what I use 90% of the time when I'm sleeping, when I'm using a pistol. What I use overall 90% of the time is a shotgun, because I live in a row home. I told you this before. It's kind of like an apartment. You don't have someone on above or below you, but you have people on each side of you. Heavy populated areas, always kids out front, people walking back and forth. It's very city-ish. Not quite city, but very congested suburbs. It almost qualifies as a city situation. So this is the ideal self-defense, is a Mossberg 590A1 or a Mossberg 500, Remington 870. You want to go with any of them, get a good shotgun, don't buy a piece of shit. Don't look on Bud's Guns and you see something for $175 and saying, well, it looks like a Mossberg. It ain't. It's made with piece of shit metal. That's why the gun's a cheap gun. Do not buy a cheap gun. But primarily for home defense, I will use a shotgun because of the situation. I'd rather do it this way because I just feel more confident with a pistol in my hand, because I shoot pistol all the time. I don't shoot shotguns too often. But if I miss with this, which I probably might because I'll be nervous, I don't care how good of a shot you are. When you're in a situation where your life's on the line and you've never even been in that situation before, you're going to be back to like guns 101. You know what I'm saying? So this is better because of dissipation in the energy and the pellets and what you're shooting out of the barrel. if you do miss and it hits a wall and a little pellet flies out the window, chances are it's just not going to kill anybody. Might hurt somebody, it ain't going to kill anybody. This, if it goes out the window and hits somebody, could definitely kill somebody. So that's why, you know, I don't use it too much. I shouldn't flip-flop. I should hone one system and that's it. But, you know, this is the real world, and I ain't gonna sit here and bullshit you. So shotguns, very nice. I use bird shot or double out buck, either one. That I, you know, kind of flip-flop back and forth, which you shouldn't do, but I do that. So primary home defense weapons is my Glock 21 and my pump Mossberg 590A1 shotgun. That's primary for home defense. Now primary carry right now is this Smith & Wesson Shield. I've told you so much about it, and I've been raving about it. It's just they really hit a grand slam with this little gun. It's so little, but it's really, you know, they use the term built like a tank. This is literally built like a tank. It feels like it's built like an XD. Did you ever hold a Springfield XD in your hand? That's how this feels, like a brick. But it's very small. I don't have big hands. I have medium-sized hands, and my hands almost the size of the whole gun. It's very little. I suggest a 9mm. I've shot the 40s. They're a little crazy because it's a small gun. Nothing against the 40 caliber. It's a great round. But for this size gun, if I were you, I'd go with the 9. It's more pleasant to shoot, and you can stay on target very, very much. You stay in the red all day long in the red at 10 yards, no problem. In a 4-inch ring, no problem. I mean, that's something. That's really nice. It already has beautiful sights on it. You don't have to do anything to it. You buy it, and it's done. You got a good gun. And this gun is hot. Well, it's not hot. It's loaded. I know hot means one in the chamber, but if there's a mag in there, it's hot to me. I just have to be extra cautious. Very nice firearm. These are like $429. I mean, seriously? That's nothing for a good gun. Why would you buy a cheap gun for $400? You can have something good like this. So this is my primary carry. I carry my Glock 26 also, but I will admit that this gets carried a whole lot more. It's just easier to carry. Holds a lot less rounds, I know, but you know, I go back and forth, but I carry this a lot. I love this gun. It's got an awesome trigger. I don't even need the Apex trigger. I don't need shit. It's ready to go. Use the Powerball hollow points because they're nice and hot and they feed good. 7 + 1, 8 rounds in this little gun. I feel pretty good about that. I know the 26 holds more rounds, but this is easier to carry. And when a gun's uncomfortable to carry, you might leave it home. That's why it's good to have a couple different guns. You're like, hey, you know what? I'm feeling lazy today. I don't feel like getting my special belt with my special pants, with my special this and my special that, so I can be comfortable carrying my gun. You know what? I'm just going to get a pair of jeans, get an in the waistband holster, and just throw my shield on and go out to dinner. And that's why it's great to have a couple little guns. People are like, why do you need more than one gun? There's all kinds of reasons due to it's fun buying them. There's one I just gave you. That's it. Oh, and I just want to show you this. Rather than a nightstand, I'm going to put this on the side of my bed. I'm going to try to rig it up some way. I got this from a friend. My buddy Ashley got me this. He always finds good deals on the internet. This is a holster for a Glock 21 with the light, and they were on sale for $20, and it's high quality. And an extra magazine pouch in the front. So I have my magazine, extra magazine in there with 13 rounds, and I got 14 rounds in my Glock 21. And I will rig it so it'll go on the side of the bed somehow, because I'm not going to wear a leg holster at work. Just not going to do it. But with the light, it fits in there just nice. And I'm probably just going to mount it somehow like this, just so I can just get at it and just, rather than just leave it on an end table, I'd rather be right next to me. Pretty cool, huh? Just got to figure out a way to do it. So, the Ed Brown is doing wonderful. It hasn't had no issues at all. Now my other Ed Brown, hold on, let me get some shit out. The first Ed round I got, the first like a couple hundred rounds, had a couple little hiccups, which was normal with a custom gun like this. But this one, man, I'm really getting lucky with this one. It's just flawless so far. I know it's 175 rounds, but for a new custom gun, how tight these are made, it's a real good sign that there's zero failures. And thank you for that. Okay, it just gives you more confidence in your firearm. This thing shoots like just gotta shoot one. I can't even explain it to you. Dead nuts. I mean, if you can relax and have a good shooting day with a gun like this, you're gonna see why. It is what it is. So good news on that one. And one more thing I wanted to show you with my Glock 19. Where the fuck are you? Some guy says, I like your videos now because you curse less. Dude, are you serious? Grow a set of fucking balls. There, I just ruined it for you. Someone just sent me, usually I would say, people are like, yo, why don't you get your logo put on your gun? Nah, I don't do that, man. There's just something weird about that with me. But someone gave me a gift. This is different. So someone sent me a gift. His name's Joe. His mom makes the best meatballs in Delaware County. And he had a Glock plate made for my Glock, which I can put on any Glock. That's what's cool about Glocks. That probably would look good on my 26 too, is the Armory Channel logo. What do you think of that? Looks good. Another great gun to shop for if you're getting into guns is a Glock 9. If you're looking at Glocks, you don't know which one to get, this is it. This one. See this one? This one. The Glock 19 is the complete package. Sorry, E-Balmy. I know it's just a 9mm, but it holds 15 plus 1. You got 16 rounds of 9mm. Let me tell you something about 9mm today. The HST hollow points, them boys are hot. So I have no problem using 9mm for self-defense. This gun has over 830 rounds through it. Not one single malfunction at all. And it's still as tight as the day I bought it. They're great guns, man. What can I say? So, thank you, Joe, for that Glock plate. Really love that. Alright, guys, this is getting way too long. I'm starting not to make sense. Time to stop.